This is Friends by Kendrick Lamar.
What is this?
This bitch tried to tell me that my woman not black because she light-skinned with her hair down her back. Now growing up, none of us niggas cared about that. We all in for top rhyming. We all in apartments looking at Martin on broke recliners.
Somebody recommended this Kendrick track while I was doing a live stream, and I've been thinking about it weekly since then. Very short 10 seconds of instrumental before the first verse starts with just a crazy opening line. Someone tried to tell Kendrick that his woman's not black because she's light-skinned with her hair down her back. And the track is called Friends, so you can only assume that somebody that was either a friend of his or an ex-friend of his said this to him. And I really liked the track as soon as I heard it, so when I was live, I was asking people in the chat where this song would fit in his discography and why a track like this would be left off an album. I would soon find out why, or at least I have a theory, but first, let's listen to more of this verse.
We all in apartments looking at Martin on broke recliners. Whitney, she know. I say, what's your feelings on that? She say, fuck them hoes. She say it's sad to see black women act different to other black women, clashing in color, ad-libbing to fuck over each other when half of our mother conditions did the dirty work for us. So what's the dirty work? She said, nigga, we insecure. From a black man, insecurity, lack of perception, lack of maturity, manipulation for sex, only reason for you and me. We tolerate this. Your perception of bad bitches make us hate the next bitch. So I ain't mad when they be mad, speaking on me, take a jab because I got heart and I look the part with her looking ass.
So first of all, the production on this is incredible. I think the reason this didn't make it onto a project is because it could bring like unnecessary attention towards Whitney, but there's a lot going on here. Kendrick says he asked Whitney, what are your feelings on this? And she says, fuck them hoes. But furthermore, it's sad to see black women act different to other black women. And this is something that I have experienced, as a black woman myself. I mean, growing up around black women, dating a few myself, there's this stigma that was prevalent when I was younger and seemingly still exists today, where light-skinned women are seen as more desirable or held to a higher standard than darker-skinned women. And while the subject matter is kind of sad to think about, I like the way that Kendrick frames Whitney here. Her initial reaction is, naturally, fuck the hoes. But then she goes on to explain that it's also a result of black men's attitude towards black women. Girls naturally can determine how men feel about certain types of women based on how they talk about them and who they typically go for. And we'll discuss a little bit more of that later. But when he claims your perception of a bad bitch makes us hate the next bitch, so I ain't mad when they be mad speaking on me. Whitney, as a black woman herself, can understand anger from other black women because she just like them for real. And she may be resentful for some other reasons.
Part with her looking ass, understand deeper than colorism. I said, what about the ones that pray? She said, fuck them bitches. They be praying on your downfall. Wanna be feminist, turning the serpents around y'all. Maybe I'm sensitive, maybe observant, maybe I'm flawed, maybe been through too much. Living life in the ghetto as a woman kept me in cuffs. Cause the light skins get picked on, the dark skins don't get picked. Whoever choose sides need to die so we can exist.
Friends, how many of us have them?
I found this incredibly powerful. The light skins get picked on, the dark skins don't get picked. Whoever choose sides needs to die so we can exist. This line describes a world where black women are in essentially a no-win situation. Generally, and I mention this as someone who has white friends, and those white friends have dated white women, how pale a white person is generally doesn't make any type of difference whatsoever. I was in a fraternity in college like a decade ago, and there was a bunch of black dudes in the fraternity, there was a bunch of white dudes in the fraternity, and there were a lot of conversations about women. And this is, a nice thing for white people that they don't have to think about at all, but I never, ever once heard a conversation like, oh man, that girl's beautiful, but she's so pale. Like, nobody says that. Or like, oh man, that white girl just a little too dark for me. Like, that shit does not exist. That's not a real thing. And as far as I know, white women aren't out here like eating each other alive over their complexion. It's just not really an issue. Light skins getting picked on for being like high yellow, which is, yes, an actual real insult I used to hear growing up. And dark skins not being picked is valid. And it encourages this cycle of black women quietly or at times openly hating on one another. Whitney claims, and potentially Kendrick also, that whoever is choosing needs to die so that we can all exist, and metaphorically speaking, or maybe literally. Sometimes I be like experiencing some casual racism from some white people, as they do here and there. And I start to get upset about it because, you know, racism. But then, you know, I think about who I'm dealing with and I'm like, how many years you got left? Like, how long is this really going to be an issue? I thought we were headed in a pretty good direction, but then, you know, I saw like a Jubilee video, but that's a whole other thing. Let's get back to the hook. The funny thing about this hook is it actually reminds you that the first verse was potentially sparked by somebody that was supposed to be a friend, and that friend was the one that was telling Kendrick his girl isn't black, which is crazy. They might not be friends anymore.
Friends, ones we can depend on. Let's be friends. How many of us have them? Friends, ones we can depend on.
What do you say, Derps? How many friends do you have? How many could you depend on? I think like a good amount of friends to have is the same amount of people that you would want standing next to you at your wedding. I'm talking like 3 to 5. That feels like a really solid number for me as far as like people you could actually depend on, people you could have pick up the phone. But yeah, let me know down in the comments, please. I'm very curious about this. Let's get into our second verse.
Ones we can depend on.
I seen the liars, I seen the opportunists, I seen the tired, I seen my own flesh and blood try to sue me. I seen it coming, this day's made desires. I give and give till I can't give no more, then forget to forgive once I don't feel no more. Who took advantage of you? How foul do you gotta play to get the W? They'll smile in your mother face, then try to hustle you.
Wish I could make this all up, I cannot share enough of me. It was them versus us. Had to swap out my company. No more you fuck with me.
Yeah, this definitely feels like it was made between that period of Damn and Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers for sure. This sounds like something that potentially could have been on that album, or at least that's a lot of the feedback that I got while doing the stream when this song was suggested. Kendrick talks about his own flesh and blood trying to sue him. He talks about giving until he can't give anymore, trying to forgive and forget. And this sounds like a lot of the themes that were present on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. But once again, I imagine because of the inclusion of some of Whitney's harsh opinions, or maybe rather not like harsh opinions, but more so just like her perspective. Maybe that's just not something he wanted to include at the time. But this stress and these issues that he's having to deal with based off people that he thought were close to him sound like it's leading up to him yelling, "I choose me, I'm sorry," like at the end of the album.
Had to swap out my company. No more you fuck with me.
Maybe I'm too sensitive to ever live with betrayal, especially when my intentions is to set sail. The family fortune further with goals, but that's a fantasy, unfortunate, cause now I know.
Friends.
Our second verse ends with how the first verse ended from Wit's perspective. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm too sensitive. We also got some cool alliteration, family fortune further with goals, but that's a fantasy, I'm fortunate because now I know, leading into the hook, and then a great bridge.
Friends.
Never turn they back when you need them.
Friends.
It's way too many ops to mistreat them.
Friends.
Can look at you and know that something's wrong.
Friends.
Should motivate you where your heart belongs.
Friends.
Keep secrets and never turn to judge you.
Friends.
Don't say they love you, but show they love you.
Friends.
Always looking out for your best interests.
Friends.
Make more friends with good intentions.
Friends. How many of us have them?
This track from Kendrick is really thought-provoking, and the bridge is as powerful as either of the verses. Kendrick talks about how a friend talked about Whitney and how that affected both of them and what he learned. The second verse is more about his experience dealing with family and others close to him that may keep him from his ultimate goal of setting up his family long-term. The bridge concluding what friendship means to him and how he determines the quality of one is super impactful to me. Friends don't turn their backs when you need them. Too many ops to mistreat them. Can look at you and know that something's wrong. Should motivate you where your heart belongs. This is such a heartfelt track, and I can tell at least that it's filled with lots of emotion. Not a great single, obviously, like for the radio, not a hype cut or a banger for the album, but a real thought-provoking and personal piece from this Kenny guy. He's pretty good. I honestly think if he keeps it up, he can win himself a Grammy one day.
5.
He could have a bright future ahead of him. That's what I'm saying. I'm personally feeling like a solid 9 on the track, but by all means, tell me what you think
9.
of this track. Have you heard this before? When do you think it was recorded? Who is the person in his family that was trying to sue him? Are you a light skin that was picked on? Are you a dark skin that wasn't picked? Has anyone ever called you high yellow? Are you concerned about the demographics of the fraternity that I was in? By all means, leave whatever comments you like. I will read them all as always. What Kendrick leak should I review next? Anything but prayer. Anything but prayer. That will get me cooked. The video will be blocked worldwide. But that's all I have for you today. Love you, mean it, spread the bread, and enjoy the outro.
Cracking my windshield, I'm pissed off. If you a hater, get lost.
Get lost.
Yeah, it's my show and I'm in charge. Don't eat lemon pepper wings, but I'm the big boss. Please cut me slack, man, need a discount. About to jump off the roof, that's a dismount. I'm just playing.
I'm okay.
Okay, but like, are you though?
Sorry for the pause, that's awkward. Start a podcast, cause I knew I was a talker. Yeah, my girl love me, but she's sick of my voice. And you know I'm pro-choice, so she do what she want. Why they hate when I get political? I'm a deep thinker, that's critical. Way too serious for a dude not getting paid. Man, I really need a shave. You know what sucks? Most of season 2 of Dave. Taking shots, but I skip out on the bar. Every single show, I swear I wanna raise the bar. Hope you listen close so you never miss the bar. Say the same thing, but I'm still going.